There is something completely unhinged but hilarious about a bunch of grown adults putting on costumes and absolutely terrorizing younger kids. No, we're not getting ready to watch some scene out of a Halloween movie. We're gonna react to some of the best clips from Mascots versus Pee Wee football players today. And this is something new that we're trying on the channel, so let us know down in the comments below if you think we should do more videos like this. All right, we're starting this video off by watching the Colts mascot just shove kids. Shove kids right away. And he's just Troy Polamalu over the top. And then he shoves the kid twice. So he doesn't even get... I'm sorry. Let's go back for just a second here. So we get him shoving kids to start. Then Troy Polamalu over the line tackles the kid. One shove. Two shoves. And then we get one, two. Oh, how many pumps was that? Would Key and Peele approve? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. If the video doesn't cut off, that is 3 pumps for sure. And you cannot 3 pump. Listen, you're not supposed to 3 pump anyway, but you shouldn't be 3 pumping as an adult when you're playing a youth football team. I think the FBI should be called right now. 1, 2, there was going to be a 3rd pump there. There was absolutely going to be a 3rd pump. I feel like we need to watch that like in super slow motion, but again, I really don't want to either. There was for sure going to be a 3rd pump. Absolutely going to be a 3rd pump. The Minnesota Golden Gophers, their mascot, he looks like he's played, or she, looks like they played football before. Because he's just lowering the shoulder. Is this a thing that they do in Minnesota? Is this just a Minnesota thing? Because I feel like these clips are coming from, like the first one was against Minnesota. You got the Minnesota mascot just running over people at this point. They're at the Vikings stadium. That kid, good thing they don't have the names on the back of their jerseys. That kid gets smoked. 1 stiff arm, 2 stiff arm, run him over, another stiff arm. Some of these mascots look like they've played football. Okay, hold on a second. Let's pause right here. Okay. I love the athleticism. I love the gamesmanship. But I feel like there's something to be said about the fact that this kid is probably 12 years old and almost got full facial crotch of a mascot. Normally kids at these games are running around to take pictures, get autographs, mess with the mascot. This kid almost got crotched in the face. He's probably 12. At what point does a 12-year-old come back from that? If you take a crotch to the face of a mascot. I am glad that he got all the way over him because I don't think that I could have condoned a mascot's crotch to the face of a 12-year-old. That would have been too much. Oh, now we're going slow-mo. Now we're looking... They really want to make sure that they roll that in. Yeah, that kid got lucky. That kid got lucky. Pig with a little bit of a shove there. I mean, and the parents watch this. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's react to this real quick. That kid gets shoved out. Look at this lady right here. Look at this lady's face. This lady right here on the red. Can you see my cursor on the screen? You can. This lady right here, little blurred. She's having way too much fun. Look at that smile. This lady is having way too much fun watching these kids get absolutely smoked by grown adults. The Jags mascot has no chill either. He just doesn't care. He doesn't do anything to harm the kid except emotional abuse of basically saying, here, come and get it. There's the... Okay, here's the Broncos mascot, missing the tackle. Tried to crotch the kid a few minutes ago. Can't even make the tackle there. Is this the Denver Nuggets mascot? It looks like it. Kid is clearly already out of bounds. First and foremost, let's put on our referee hat. We have a toe out right here. Plays dead. Plays dead at this point. He's out again. He's out again. So not only is the play completely dead with 1 foot out of bounds, we're out right there. He's clearly out again. Clearly way out. And we've got contact to the head. The Denver Nuggets mascot does not care that the feet are out of bounds. He just wants to make sure the kid understands, hey, if you run the ball my direction, you better get way out of bounds, because if you don't, we're going to push you down. And then he stands over the top of him. And then he really gives it to him there with the Karate Kid move. But what are we doing for the ref here? What are we doing? Watch, the referee comes in. And he doesn't care. He's just going to pick up the ball. He doesn't care. Now, if this was the Seattle and LA Rams game, he would have been flagged. Do they flag the mascots in these games? I don't know. That's a lot of whiplash. That is a lot of whiplash.
Headshot.
That's not too big of a tackle. That's okay. I like that. So, see, the Avalanche mascot, he brings him to the ground. Like, he brings him to the ground, but body weight is off to the side. Good for him, following the NFL rules. You don't want to go down on top of the quarterback. He gets his body weight to the side. He's got the arm over the neck still a little bit, but that's okay. And he just gets right up and he walks away from it. He has a little bit more chill than these other mascots. I will give him credit. I will give him credit. A+ to him for actually following the rules. There's just... I don't feel like the Colts mascot should be allowed anywhere near. He's got some wheels. But he probably could have taken another step or two and wrapped this kid up. Instead, he dies. That's a hip drop. That is a hip drop. That should be a penalty. That should be a penalty. Again, the Colts mascot probably shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a youth football game at this point. Should not. This guy is just gonna get his... Like, this kid is just reaching, right? Doing whatever he can to get this guy to the ground. Good for him. A for effort here. And I'm gonna link these videos in the description down below to give credit to the other YouTube channels that we're getting these from. But let's give a little bit of a shout out to the kids. Like, we saw the mascots being just absolute demons to start, but a couple of shots here where the kids, it looks like the kids are going to give it to him. A little bit of a little shimmy shake there on the Eagles mascot. Yeah, I love the kid the kid gives the Eagles mascot a little shimmy shake here. But there's got to be something else coming up. This can't be the best one. Teen kids, he gets rowdy with Rowdy. Hand off in the backfield, he tries to go.
Rampage.
Oh! Okay, I see the kid. All right. Handoff in the backfield. This is the same thing as the Broncos. This is the Broncos, who looks like he's playing quarterback right now, by the way. Same thing as the Broncos mascot trying to go over the kid. They got to be careful with that, because if they don't get all the way up, they're going to get a whole lot of something that we really don't need these 12-year-olds doing. He tries to do the same thing here, and nope, this kid isn't having any of it. This kid has it, and he puts him down. He doesn't set him down. He puts him down. Good for him. Good for the kids to get a couple shots in there. I don't know why. So these are like mascots that are the presidents, like that are on Mount Rushmore. So they're like this gray white. I'd be terrified if I were those kids watching those guys run at me. He gets smoked right here. He gets smoked. At least after he gets hit, the mascot looks like he kind of like regrets it a little bit. He's either trying to hold his head on, or he realizes maybe I shouldn't have hit the kid this hard. Because he does smoke him. He does smoke him. And he puts his full body into it because he goes to the ground too. So I can't tell if he's trying to hold his head on or if he's just a little bit ashamed that he just smoked a 12-year-old as a grown adult. So this one was quick and it's super grainy, so I didn't react to it in real time. But we've seen some of these kids get absolutely smoked by these mascots just on one-on-one situations. This kid gets drilled by 2. All right, so this guy, so the Falcons mascot right here starts to wrap him up. And then, is this mayonnaise? I don't know if this is mayonnaise, but he comes in and levels the kid with full body weight. Full body weight. The Falcons mascot tries to wrap him up. And then the mayonnaise says, F it. Let's just bury the kid instead. This feels like an illegal play. Little fumble Rooski here. But the ball never leaves the Gopher's hand. The Gopher's playing center. You can see him right here. Ball never leaves his hand. This feels illegal. These mascots already have an upper edge over these kids, and now we're running plays that feel like they're very illegal. This is not a fumble Rooski, but what I do appreciate here is this dad. This dad, he has stood by and watched the Minnesota Golden Gopher terrorize his kids for however long this game lasts, and he decides to try and get in on it. Doesn't get to him, valiant effort, but I appreciate the fact, unlike that mom from a few minutes ago that's just laughing hysterically at her kids getting absolutely smoked, that at least we have a dad that's willing to stand up for the kids. So here's a good one. Current NFL superstar Christian McCaffrey also played in one of these games. Probably took place in Denver when his dad was there, showing the same moves that older Christian McCaffrey in the NFL does right now. However, he decided to pull the Sharpie out of the sock, pull a Terrell Owens, and sign the football. But you gotta wonder who the football went to. Blue for the Colts should never be allowed to participate in any of these things ever again. Whoever Blue is, whether it's the same person for years or it's somebody different every year, Blue has no chill. Blue has no chill. Because we have a situation here again, taken down for a huge loss, gives him a little shove there, gives him another shove there, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 pumps. 4 pumps. You're not even allowed 3 pumps in the NFL. Blue goes for 4 pumps. If your mascot is 4 pumping youth football teams, I think you should have something to say about that. I think you should probably step in there. You know what would make this even funnier? Rest in peace if that was not Jim Irsay out there. After a fun night out, if Jim Irsay wasn't in the blue costume out there running over kids. Not only are we... No, listen, this is a good catch. The reaction picked up a little bit late after the catch, so we'll go back here. This is a great catch. Blue comes down with it. Great catch. Locks it in, takes it to the ground, celebrates a little bit. The pumps are one thing. Here comes the pumps again. 1, 2, 3 pumps. The throat slash. He decides to wrap it up with the throat slash. He shouldn't be anywhere. He shouldn't be anywhere near these games ever again. Ever again. Okay, I don't know if this is the mascot for the Savannah Bananas, but he has a couple of terrorizing plays here back to back. First off, just watch the hands to the face. Watch the hands to the face first and foremost. Boom! Just destroys this kid. Hands to the face, goes up high. He gets taken down right there, but then just a little extra shove, just because. Now he's up here on the edge. My man just said F it and just, first off, I think he's offsides. Let's see if he's offsides here. Let's see if he's offsides here. No, close, but not offsides. He just annihilates the kid, takes him to the ground, and then he takes a play out of Blue's playbook as well and just a little shove to the head afterwards. Headliner Nation, let me know what you think of these type of videos. I can react to the biggest hits, I can react to bloopers, I can react to a bunch of other things, but I'm just trying to throw out some fun content that just, gives us a little bit more of a portfolio of what we do here at the Fantasy Headliners. But if you all could make sure that you interact with the video in some way, shape, or form, like it, subscribe, hype it, comment down below, whatever it may be. Also turn on those bell notifications. The most important thing you got to do is stay safe and stay healthy. And I'll catch you all in the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners.
Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name.